Okay, strength and conditioning for Jiu Jitsu with our guest, Kris Davis.
Yo, what's up?
He's been doing our strength and conditioning at the gyms, at our gym, Tuesday and Thursday night after Jiu Jitsu class. And we've been putting in the extra work for these guys. So we're going to talk about the importance of strength and conditioning for Jiu Jitsu. All right. What's here first from Onyx? What do you think the importance of strength and conditioning for Jiu Jitsu?
I think it's super integral, it seems like. Of course, like technique and all that stuff. I don't think you should ever be like replacing jiu-jitsu with, oh, I'm going to lift and this is going to help my jiu-jitsu. I feel like supplement, you know what I'm saying? Because if you guys have both like the same technique level or roughly, and stronger guy, well, he's gonna win most likely. You know what I mean? More conditioned guy for sure gonna win. I feel like emphasis on like the conditioning part for sure, especially for me as like a heavyweight where everybody's strong. So for my emphasis is more on just having more cardio. Being the faster guy is usually where I'd rather end up being. But I think definitely super important.
I agree with Onyx on all those points. The biggest thing for me about like doing the strength and conditioning is honestly like heart, because if you can put yourself in a deep water scenario here and get into that mindset of like, oh, this sucks, then everything out there on the mat's going to be easy because you've already done what you need to do. You already put yourself in the worst scenario. Like I do think in technique is straight up there with strength, but you need to know how to lift somebody. And you also have to have the strength to lift somebody. So I feel like it's a hand-in-hand thing. But I feel like conditioning, especially what we're trying to like do here, is put conditioning first. We're not trying to make people like super heavyweight, giant, just muscle bound people.
Golems.
Exactly. Not trying to have like 25-meter backs.
Yeah.
The biggest thing we're trying to do here is have muscle endurance over muscle like strength. We want to be able to choke somebody for 25 minutes rather than 5 seconds just because our biceps are giant, like bigger than bowling balls. Like it's not going to do anything for 5 seconds. If I can just sit there and just choke, I'm golden.
Oh, for sure. Especially during like since we've been doing like the EBI rounds. I know you just did one a little while ago, and then I just did one like 2 days ago. You definitely see like a big, because longer rounds, like a 10-minute round, and then the EBI overtime. So you can be grappling for like 20 minutes, you know what I mean? And so if you don't have that muscular endurance, I know this is something I felt in the beginning for sure, is like all my muscles super gassed out because I'm just like holding on for dear life, squeezing somebody. And, you know, the technique was also off, so that is a factor as well. But, you know what I mean? So just really, and then afterwards you're all cramping up. You're over here just like seizing in the corner, and then you have like 3 more matches. You know what I mean? So it's a issue. You got to have the muscular endurance good for sure.
Yeah, I think it's important. Conditioning is important. I think you said it really proper. Is if you have 2 black belts and their technique is pretty similar, if one's bigger, stronger, more conditioned, usually that conditioning will play a huge factor in the outcome. Also, the way I look at it, conditioning is a technique. So a lot of people are like, hey, being big and strong is like, it's good, but like, it's something that like you have to develop it. There are obviously like some people have better genetics than others, but like you can get stronger. You can always get, better cardio. You can always become more flexible. So regardless of genetics, you can always improve that. And I definitely think, in my opinion, it's just in this sport, it's like a 50-50 split. It's like 50% technical, mental side, and then 50%, which will be the conditioning and athleticism side. So I think it's important to work on both. And I think the mistake a lot of people make, they're not sport-specific conditioning is what they're doing, or they prioritize conditioning over technique. I think it's the other way around. I think you have to look at your technique as the tip of the spear, and then you put your strength and conditioning behind that. That's what I believe. And I beat a lot of people based off conditioning. I know I don't look that I'm dad bod. That's how I look. But it's because my technique's so efficient. Yeah. This is the peak. This is the peak right here. Yeah. But like, you have to develop very good sports specific conditioning. And the conditioning that I would recommend, that's going to be the next question for you guys, is I would recommend calisthenics. And I would recommend stuff that's low impact, like bodyweight exercises, pull-ups, dips. Cardio is good. Swimming, anything that's gonna allow you to train. Okay, so like sometimes if you go to a gym and you do 1,000,000 squats, on the bar and all that stuff like that, you can't come to practice and start doing triangles. This is not going to work. You're going to hurt yourself. Mm-hmm. So I would recommend doing your technique training first and then doing strength conditioning second. So throughout the day, that's what I would recommend. A lot of people have it reversed. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people prioritize lifting weights and looking good, instead of trying to get better at your technique. And we've seen it a lot. We'll have bodybuilders come in a lot and, we're just chilling. We're just pulling guard, sweeping them, submitting them like nothing because our technique's so much better. So sports specific technique. So what type of conditioning would you recommend for the people out there?
Well, I mean, definitely the calisthenic stuff has been helping me for sure. Like the same type of guys that'll come in the gym, like talking about the bodybuilders and stuff, and then like after the round they're like dead, and then they're like, "You're so strong." And I'm like, what kind of lifts are you doing? What kind of bench and deadlift? I'm like, I just none. Body weight.
Bench
I just be doing push-ups and some air squats, some circuits, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm on. And kettlebells, a lot of those, you know what I mean? So just, the circuit training has definitely helped me for sure. Because you're also doing cardio at the same time. You know what I mean? Just constant movement, constant reps, constant movement, going through all the workouts, never like a lax moment. So I feel like you're getting two benefits. And there's plenty of resources online too, you know what I'm saying? Figure out something that will translate to jiu-jitsu well. Like you don't need to be, if you're doing like super heavy 1 rep maxes and that's all you're doing, this might not help your jiu-jitsu. But you know what I mean, you're doing some bigger sets that might help.
Doing stuff.
Realistically.
Right. All right, Kris, what do you think?
I said basically we do a lot of circuits, which is a lot of different things. But I say for an at-home, you just need 3 things. You need to do push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. So that's basically the 3 muscle groups you need to be able to be physically fit and able to fight. Once you want to break down, you can get into the specifics of each one. But that's, I feel like, is the big 3 you need to do. Like in here, we did arms. And we did push-ups right into the triceps, right into shoulders, right into pull-ups. And say you're at home, I don't have a kettlebell, I don't have a pull bar. If you just rep 100 push-ups, you're still working all your back, all your arm, everything you can do. And on Thursday, we'll be doing a whole leg workout. Again, at home, it's if you just do 100 squats, air squats, that's all body weight. You're not overloading yourself. You're just building that nice muscle endurance and that fast twitch, all that muscle, just so you can explode faster. And that's about all you really need, I feel like.
That one punch man. That's good for you.
And then sit-ups just so you can have washboard abs, just so you can flex on them after.
Oh,
that's
for sure.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the only time you need them,
dude. You'd be like, I did this.
Dude, I'll get a 4-pack in the morning, then I'll eat a meal. And it's gone.
Hey, I have cake so I can share.
Yeah. I get this question a lot. They're like, hey, I want to start jiu-jitsu, but I'm not in shape. Do I have to be in shape to start jiu-jitsu? No, you don't. You got to start getting your technique in. And I think just start training. Conditioning will only benefit you. But if you don't have good technique, it's ultimately not going to get you too far. Okay. So, just remember, the best thing for wrestling is wrestling. The best thing for jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. Best thing for, MMA is MMA, once you're at that elite level, you definitely want to supplement with conditioning. If you want to push it as far as you can, just do your best to make sure you don't, sacrifice your technique training for your conditioning training. That's the number one mistake I feel like a lot of people make when they try to do both. Mm-hmm. They'll start, sacrificing technique for conditioning, and then before you know it, you're getting submitted by a guy half your size that have better technique than you. So you have to just remember that you really want to put a lot of effort into your technique as well. Okay. But yeah, strength and conditioning is good. It's fun. There's a lot of benefits for it. Kris, where can they follow you?
You can follow me at 10th_Prometheus on Instagram. If you want to be my Facebook friend, Kris Davis, AO. I don't post anything on there, so don't do that.
Nice. Anything else you want to say to the people, Onyx?
Appreciate you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was a nice one.
Love y'all.
And then a very sharp exhale.
Very anxiety filled.
Now I want you to breathe as hard and fast as you can, and then stop.
Think about your most embarrassing moment, and then start panicking.
And think about that you'll never get to change that.
Remember that one time in English class?
I hope you're recording.
Yeah.
Get good. Yeah. Use this shit, bro.
Everyone hates you. Everyone's pretending to be your friend.
Sarah from math class. Yeah, she remembers.
They think about it every day and laugh.
All right. Let's get this shit done. Because Chiba Hut closed at midnight, so we gotta go.